Hi friends, welcome to Grouptime with Miss Shannon. Well, this week we're learning about sea creatures. Did you have fun looking at all the sea creatures? All the animals, all the plants that live in the ocean? It's very interesting, isn't it? Well, before we start today's group time, since we're going to be learning about some more sea creatures, maybe we should sing a song that I know lots of you like to sing at school. Do you remember the song Crabs and Seashells? Shall we sing it together? Ready? Crabs and seashells, dolphins too, octopus and penguin, big sharks too. Very good singing, friends. Well, today, the first thing we're going to be looking at are animals called crustaceans. Do you know what crustaceans are? It's a big word, isn't it? Well, crustaceans, most of them have three things. So they will have an exoskeleton. So an exoskeleton is a skeleton but outside of your body. You remember what your skeleton is? We learned it last week. A skeleton is our bones inside our body. Now, crustaceans have a skeleton outside of their body, like a shell. Here's one now. See this pretty seashell? I wonder if any of you have collected seashells at the beach. Maybe the next time you go to the beach, you can collect some. Well, this is an example of an exoskeleton, and this is made by different types of animals from the sea, and they leave them on the beach. The second thing a crustacean has would be appendages, or segmented appendages. So they will have their head, then they will have a part of the body here, and then another part of the body here. And they will have different segments of their body, or different sections of their body. Then the third thing they will have is maybe two antennas. So most of them will have two antennas, the segmented appendages and the exoskeleton, which is like the shell. So a very common example of crustacean. Do you know what animal that is? That's a crab. Good job if you got that right. So a crab has a hard outer shell and it protects its soft body inside. Did you know that crabs have 10 legs? Let's try to count and see. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and there's one hiding behind 10. That's a lot of legs, isn't it? Now, crabs like to eat leftovers, so they eat any bits of food or bits of plants or animals that have been left over by other animals when they have been eating. Now, another example of a crustacean, you might also know this one, is a lobster. So similar to crabs, they have soft bodies and they protect their soft bodies with a hard shell. Now lobsters, to grow, lobsters need to shed their shell, and this is called molting. So they will leave a shell behind and then they'll grow another shell. And for the first 5 to 7 years, they molt as many as 25 times. After that, so after about 5 to 7 years, they'll molt about once a year. So those are some crustaceans that we know. Now let's have a look at another type of sea creature. Miss Shannon likes this one. Looks quite pretty. We have, do you know what that animal is? Maybe if you know your letters, you might be able to read what type of animal it is. We have R-A-Y, ray. Nice and simple. So the skeleton of a ray is made of a tough substance called cartilage. If you feel the rubbery end of your nose, you'll know what cartilage feels like. How about we feel that now? Do you feel that here? That's cartilage. All rays have long tails and flattened bodies, but they come in different shapes, sizes, and colors. While most rays have sharp spines or stingers on the ends of their tails, divers usually have nothing to fear from these gentle creatures. Do you see those rays? I like this one, it's very pretty. It's blue stingray. Now the last animal we're going to look at for this group time are, do you know what this animal is? They're sea turtles. Well done if you got that right. Have you ever seen maybe a tortoise? Miss Shannon used to have a pet tortoise when she was little. So sea turtles, they might look like tortoises, but they actually cannot put their head or their arms inside of their shell. Let's read a little bit about the sea turtles. Here we are. See that? Sea turtles are made for life in the sea. Unlike a land turtle, a sea turtle cannot pull its flippers or head inside its shell, but its flippers make great paddles to help the turtle move through the water. So they have these nice, wide, maybe smooth flippers. They're very flat and they help them to paddle through the water. Now one thing turtles like to eat are an animal called jellyfish. I think we learned about it on Monday. Do you remember learning about the jellyfish on Monday? Turtles love to eat jellyfish. It's one of their favorite food. But there's a little bit of a sad thing that happens at beaches sometimes or in the ocean. Sometimes, do you know what this is? Turtles might think that these are jellyfish and they try to eat it. Now here we have a plastic bag. Do you think that would be very yummy? Not really. It would make the turtles very sick, wouldn't it? Sometimes people leave their plastic bags maybe on the ground, outside, or they just put their rubbish outside on the floor. Do you think that's a good thing to do? Do you know where we're meant to keep our rubbish? That's right, in the bin. So we need to make sure we always are responsible with our rubbish. So we put it in the bin, or we recycle. We can use maybe we can use old plastic or used bottles for craft, like we do with Miss Grace. It's good to reuse and recycle our rubbish. So I think that's all we're going to look at for this group time. Miss Shannon's going to put some videos down after this one. We're going to maybe read a story about recycling, and we're also going to look at a video about some turtles. Thank you for joining Miss Shannon, and I'll see you soon.